2020. It's 6:03 a.m. Tucson time. As you can see, I'm in my office study doing some final preps for leading worship this morning. And just wanted to come live early to talk to you. I know that most of you will probably get this later. But it's the weekend, it's Sunday, it's time to get ready for worship, folks. And I know that a lot of us really want to be back to worship today in the actual worship space. And with the president's directive to open up our houses of worship for today, this weekend, that everybody's hoping I'll come on and tell you that we're going to do that. We're not ready yet. We are continuing to follow the CDC guidelines of making sure that we are prepared to give you some physical distance to help keep you as safe as possible, to be able to disinfect as fully as we possibly can. And because of the lack of ability to get all of the disinfectant, we're simply not ready for a large group to be on campus. CDC also very strongly discourages large groups of gathering for right now, particularly large groups that gather in enclosed spaces for an extended period of time, which is what we would be doing for worship. And so because we tend to have a great number of our folks in a vulnerable age and lifestyle range, we are going to remain online only for worship yet for today and probably even next week and probably a little bit into June. We're just not sure. Our safety team is meeting again this Wednesday evening by a Zoom online meeting. We're getting closer to fully understanding the CDC guidelines. We put in some orders for disinfectant and a major equipment that will allow us to take care of that cleaning. We're getting closer to being ready, but we're just not there yet. And so we are erring on the side of abundant caution and asking you to worship with us online only still. And I know for some, that's a big relief, and some see it as the wise thing to do. Others feel that we should be back soon, and we should be back today. Folks, we're just not ready. We are in the state of Arizona just starting to loosen up and allow people to be out and about and in together in small groups right now. We're just not ready for large groups, and we need to abide by those CDC guidelines. I know that some churches have already opened. I know of some churches that opened a week ago, and some opened even 2 weeks ago. And I miss you. I miss having you all together in worship. But for your safety and for the safety of all of us, we need to stay online a little bit longer, folks. And we are working to make it possible to come back. But please, worship with us online today at 8:30 and 10:45. There'll be some really good worship. Wear your red, white, and blue today. It's Memorial Day weekend, and we begin our worship today with a beautiful video giving thanks for those who gave their lives in the service of this country that we might worship freely from home today. And then in the second half of our worship today, we will focus on the saints of Christ Presbyterian Church who've passed away since the last Memorial Day, and honor them. And you'll get to see their pictures and hear me talk just briefly about each of them and their impact in our lives. And so this is a really good day to be together, to give thanks for those who've provided a space for us to worship, whether we're in space together or we're in space on the internet. We're going to worship God and give God thanks for the saints around us, folks. So come back, be with us at either 8:30 a.m. As Julie and Greg and Phil lead us with their music of the band. Join us at 10:45 a.m. As Luke and Susan lead us in their music, and a special debut of our virtual choir. So come be with us today in worship and all the Sundays ahead No matter what, we will be worshiping together every Sunday. And we will let you know when we can be back together on the campus. I love and miss you all, doing everything we can to keep things as safe as possible for you for when we can return. Stay tuned and we'll let you know when that will be. I appreciate your patience and your understanding. We are trying to do the best we can for the good of the whole, folks. And I know that may be different for each individual, but folks, we're all a part of the body, and what each of us does affects the whole body. And so we need to be careful and cautious that we take care of the whole body, not each individual. And so we're going to wait to be on campus for worship, and I will let you know when we will be back together. God bless you all. I will see you online at 8:30 and 10:45 for worship.